mechanics exist for a reason. Get out.
Everyone returns back to you. Ah, well, that's rather mediocre. Okay.
Pretty shit, yeah.
Yeah, moving on.
Oh wait, does a badger want to use?
Well, hold on.
Steal it off.
What's the worst that happens?
I mean, I guarantee you, bringing it down by even to 6 doesn't do jack shit because it just puts you back close to the middle. This is a womp move. Let's see. So yeah, you guys return back to camp and just sort of chill for the evening. Mina does play with Murama like the entire night, like dead asses, like playing fetch and all that stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
She talks to him, and he's able to converse back. Is it he or is it she?
That was a he.
I thought it was a he.
Whatever they are, they're a good boy.
Yes, there you go. They're the best boy. I think Murama was a she. I digress. I'll double check my notes later. But yeah, Mina does like converse with Murama as as the evening goes on, as they're playing games. Faiz joins her as well. Pop isn't here, but there is a moment where Ace and Murama do like a dog thing of just sniff each other's asses because that's what dogs do. Murama isn't a dog, but it's pretty close genetically or specially.
It's got the
so they do like sniff each other.
Yeah.
Disregard the 6 legs. All good. No, I won't. At some point in the night, Takari does, like, as you guys are sort of chilling, Takari does sit next to you, Jen, after doing, like, just some training, some stretching, some PT in the middle of the night. No, normal stuff, or middle of the evening, rather.
Hey, yo.
She just plops herself down next to you.
Cool.
Weird day today.
Yeah. It was going to be weird when it started, and then it got stranger.
Yeah. Is it weird that I'm not surprised?
I suppose not. He's not entirely like looking at her. He's just kind of like staring off in the woods, kind of squints his eyes. Like, I suppose not. I self-mildly am, though. It's a weird thing.
And so am I, but I don't know. I just sort of thought there's no way it would be this easy. And it wasn't. It actually got harder, I think.
Now he turns over, is like, absolutely. No, absolutely. Yeah.
What is that line? The only thing predictable about life is its unpredictability.
Mm-hmm.
It's that.
Yes, absolutely. I did not expect to bump into a samurai when walking around Glen Nguyen.
And here we are. Yeah, just sort of sit there in silence, which is you figure a bit on Takari's speed.
Yeah, a comfortable silence.
A comfortable silence settles upon you. She thinks for a moment. How do you know the dragon?
First off, I know her as Red.
Ah. That's her real name.
Clearly. But I'm going to keep using that one, because the more I think about it, the weirder it gets. You know? She was a... Ow! Fuck! I stabbed my hand. Sorry, I tried to, like, put the cap on a pen, but I didn't look down, and it was the wrong way down. It just poked me.
Yeah, I get you.
Stupido.
Stupido. I'm not in Stupido, no!
Yeah, in front of the car and everything.
So embarrassing.
Guys, like, actually, never mind. I don't think it's gonna work.
Ick.
What was I saying? Red, yeah.
She was asking you how you knew Red, and you said you're gonna keep calling her Red because you don't want to think about the other options.
She is Red, that's all I needed.
Yep.
She... I first properly met her when... Well, after everything happened with me getting assigned a quest. She was supposed to be a sort of... I guess liaison? Assistance?
Well, she's certainly that.
Say that again. She was a sister of my friend's. But I didn't interact with her much. Outside of those interactions. Blah.
Hmm. So that's why she doesn't like you.
Yeah.
She shrugs. She seemed nice at the end, at least. Not many people would train others.
She was surprisingly nice about that, actually. I expected her to be more... angry at me? Rough? I don't know. But she seems rather peaceable.
He shrugs. Can't say. Maybe she's just getting used to you.
Well, I'm glad I made a good good impression, because I would hate to have a bad impression on a dragon.
As much as I think it's stupid for your friend to ask about the breath, I gotta admit, it would be pretty cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean I want to cause it.
No, absolutely.
If I happen to be nearby when something else causes it, then sure.
Oh, I just remembered something. He suddenly looks more awake. I'm remembering the other day when we were talking about if you fight the dragon to hit me up. That might be more real than I thought. I mean, sparring and training.
Oh, we're fighting worse than a dragon. We're fighting 8.
Yep. At some point, eventually.
If we're allowed to go.
Sure. I mean, do we really need 100% permission?
I don't think we're going to sneak into the Reikai.
Oh, I see what you mean now. No, I'm not. Gestures and armor? That's not my exact style.
I try not to sneak around much anymore. She says she's like putting her hands behind her head, closing her eyes, like kicking back, lounging. But your friend did just summon a dead dog. She thinks about it. Think it's a dog. So who knows?
I think they might be related to dogs.
Like that other one is related to dogs. Indicate. Oh yeah. Dog is not here, so dog is not here, so there's no repercussion that can happen. We're good.
I'm going to imagine that the badger is like close enough nearby that when she points, that's like, no, that one's a goblin. Oh, you mean that one?
He has like a low chuckle, like a fucking gremlin style.
Like, ha, that's funny, but it's also not funny.
No, it's more of a haha. That's a bit offensive. That makes it funnier.
Alright. I suppose, in a way. I don't know. I don't know how directly related to dogs Dahlia actually is. I don't know if she would know the answer either. And I feel like it's probably...
she interrupts like one eye open at you.
Why don't you ask her? Make a first impression on her.
No, I don't care.
Right, you just...
Listen. She untucks her hands from behind her head. She sits up and like turns her torso to like fully face you. Listen, I'm here for you. And the Master of Festivals. Your friends are... okay. But they're your friends, not mine. So I don't care. Although that hasn't stopped them from including me on things. She says she sits, like, goes back to her lean position, crossing her arms this time. It's a bit weird.
What's weird having outgoing people that desire to know more about you?
Yeah.
But then kill you to try and be friends with them.
Make her a persuasion check.
He could try. He could try. He could try. Persuasion.
Wait, before you do it.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm doing Jerusalem, King of Jerusalem right now. The hand. Like, wait, hold on.
Hold up.
I'm thinking.
Wait for it. Does he have advantage because he's friends with the dragon?
Why don't you take advantage? And a D8.
Oh, gee willikers. I wonder where that D8's coming from.
Tweet.
It's a fucking bird. There's birds everywhere. Not that it's a bad thing. Where's persuasion? And 20? So close!
Oh, you're one off, though.
Close. I'm also one off of a natural one.
Yeah, you were actually, huh? It bounces out.
Both of them.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. 24? Still pretty good. You make this request to Takari, and she does like a silent. She opens her eyes and looks at you. Really?
I mean, if you're going to be stuck with us for longer than you expected.
She like gets like pursed tight lips, like. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Do you need me to tag along so you're not embarrassed?
I'm not embarrassed. But you can tag along, sure. If it makes you feel better.
If it makes you
She definitely said a little bit of tongue in cheek. Bit of cheekiness.
Cheekiness in this bitch.
She stands up and double checks her blades at her. They're tucked under her sash. And come on, let's go hang out or whatever.
Hang out or whatever. He'll follow behind. And keep his eyes at the shoulder level.
How wise of you. Yeah, say that for later in the quest line. So, you'll probably just make the rounds and hang out whoever you want to hang out with. Is there anything? I see this, and I'm curious. I don't know if you're doing a bit or if you had a question or something with Eva.
Yes, it's a question.
I know that. Okay. So, yeah, and you go off and go start hanging around with people. You could even interrupt Roma on her shit if you want. Anyways, meanwhile, Falk, you catch... It's actually funny. You catch Eva about to sneak off into the woods. As she does to do her nightly training. You don't know when the fuck she sleeps. Definitely sleeps very lightly. Or shortly. But, yeah, she's off to go do her nightly training as you... spot her. Exclamation point on over your head. Boink.
I'll probably ask Irina if she doesn't want to, maybe go socialize with the others.
You know she could read your intent off of you, right?
Yeah, of course.
If you want some privacy, I can go hang out with Marama and Mina.
It's more so Eva wanting privacy.
Oh. That makes sense. Okay. Just let me know when you're back.
I'll be counting the seconds.
Aww.
Gay? So she becomes red spores and flies over there and reapparates. Not jump scaring Mina, but definitely startles her a bit. Not intentionally. But that's what happens when you immediately teleport. Or not immediately, but blink over somewhere.
Then he approaches Eva as she's attempting to sneak away.
You catch her in the midst of like tucking her or like standing her boot, like Captain Morgan style on like a particularly gnarled tree root. I mean, not gnarled, old tree root, and she has like her long rifle like stacked on her leg, and she's like checking the chamber mechanism. As you approach her, she like looks over her shoulder, hearing you approach. Good evening. You hear slam the bolt shut, close it, looks down the sights. Is there something you need?
A private word.
Oh. Very well. She points at you and casts a message on you. No more private than this.
I suppose not. Overheard you talking to Nimble earlier this morning, before we left Glenwyn.
Did you?
I did.
That's surprising to hear. Impressive.
I like to think I've proven how keen my ears are by now.
Yes, but I trust in my subterfuge more. No offense.
Don't get me wrong, you've certainly gotten quieter the longer I've known you. I've just gotten sharper. Think of it like a little race.
I'd rather not.
Which will happen first? Will you grow so quiet that you are dead to the world, or will I grow so sharp that I can hear unspoken truths? Maybe I'll learn to read minds. Regardless, I was hoping you could answer a question for me.
That depends on the question.
Nimble was wishing you good hunting. Looking
He
for
was.
something at this tournament.
Not something.
Someone.
More than one.
Ah.
I'm still looking for Medico. The elusive apothecary. A lying Eulonian. Well, perhaps not lying. Elusive nonetheless, though. But that's what the mission was, and I'll see it through. And as Nimble said, the tournament's going to be a melting pot of different peoples around Eulonia. My chances are better there than most other locations here. But that's not the only person I'm looking for.
Who's the other?
I don't know yet.
What do you know?
I'm looking for my own unbeater. I can't keep using fathers forever. And Nimble told me that a Eulonian unbeater would be among the better ones. Stoic. Honorable. Good loyalty. Not going to be questioned in most places of the world, at least the ones that know Eulonia.
And you were saying that Medico being a... I guess mental air quotes, lying Eulonian was strange. I didn't think we had Eulonian unbeaters.
I don't know if we do or don't. We have an Erudicean one with Nimble. Not too far of a stone's throw. At the end of the day, it depends on the Oracle. If I wanted to, I can enlist any one of you. But with no offense to our company, not exactly sneaky, and sneaky people like you have other services to the Emperor to go perform. No, I need someone I can send distantly. Like Nimble is often sent ahead of us.
Only makes sense. So this unbeater, you don't know if they'll be here, you don't know if they exist, but if there's an unbeater at the tournament, you're going to make contact. Is
Indeed.
that right?
I suppose you could say I'm scouting right now for potentials.
Well, I'll keep these sharp ears open for any signs of an unbeater, but odds are if I'm able to sniff them out, they're below your expertise.
Maybe, maybe not. Let me know. Not all unbeaters are sneaky individuals. Albeit, it's the one I would prefer. But sometimes our strengths lie elsewhere. They're the sort of person that gets results. Sneakiness is, in my opinion, among the better avenues. But they're not the only ones.
Discretion is the better part of valor.
Exactly.
Well,
Good job on catching us. She's like shouldering her rifle.
for what it's worth, I don't think any of the others have. I don't think they're nearly as inquisitive as your caution would permit, but that's not going to change anything of yours, is it?
She shakes her head. No, it wouldn't. If anyone else other than you call me, it wouldn't matter. You catching me is a boon. It is good to see another servant of the Emperor flourish.
You're going to make me blush.
It's not a compliment, an observation.
I wouldn't expect
Simple
anything
truth.
else. Well, speaking of simple truths,
Yes?
I caught what you did with Mina earlier.
What do you mean?
With the whistling.
I did nothing for the whistling. It actually did fail.
No, that part I believe. But, well, you wanted her to succeed.
Is it irregular for an oracle to want their allies to succeed?
I suppose not. But it's also not irregular for a person to want their friend to succeed.
Make me an insight check.
Okay.
Ooh, that's the first one. That's what
Yeah. Deception.
Well, you'll be rolling insight. You'll be rolling insight.
Well, sorry. I said deception. I meant disadvantage. Right. Oof.
So, what about that recap inspiration?
Oh yeah. Hey, did we not give that out?
I think
Nah.
I don't believe we have. I was wondering about that earlier, but then I got advantage on the
No,
roll
I
I
never
was
did.
wondering about, so it was fine.
You know,
Yeah,
so long,
maybe
it was so long ago. Like, actually, I actually don't remember who helmed it this time.
I did,
It felt like a combination of people.
including me.
He was included in that number.
Sure.
We all get
However, I feel-
inspiration.
Thank you.
That one. Oh,
Oh.
it's a tie. Hmm.
But she's not gonna roll a 13 if we re-roll.
Statistically speaking, it would be unlikely.
Yeah. Do I have anything?
You guys wouldn't have guidance because you're specifically away from people.
Hey, if Kav was here, he'd probably give me. You know what? That D6 can only be used on his rolls, can't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Oh.
Sorry, every
Why did I
time.
send Irina away?
That's what you get for not including your girlfriend.
What?
See?
No, not the
Wait, what?
Legos. Not the Legos. No. I think we had to put it to a coin flip. Call it, my friend.
To never lose. To
Okay.
never lose. Hey!
Whoa! It's only because you saved it at the end there.
Who never loses? I actually forgot to tell what specifically. Okay. So you're talking about, friends.
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 Friends want their friends to succeed. People want their friends to succeed.
Right.
Mhm.
You can see her try to hide and fail, apparently. Like, try to maintain face, like a very stoic, straightforward demeanor, as she often does, but you do catch for about a moment. She just sort of flinches at that. It is what friends do, but it's not what oracles do.
I understand that your duties as an oracle come first. And that's easier. Don't have any emotional bonds to hold you back. But if your loyalty to the Emperor is beyond question, as I know it is, that no mortal bond in this world would ever make you question your duty. So why fear forging them?
What if it happens, Emmerich, that you have to turn your gun on Dahlia, on Badger, Caradoc, Roma? It's certainly more likely with the first two. But I don't doubt that it could happen with the others. Which one will withstand? Your mortal bond or your immortal one?
The Emperor protects, does he not?
He protects Spharians.
And someday, you'll all be Spharian.
The world will, but not everyone will be left in the world.
Well, the day hasn't come yet. Right now, our allies, our friends, are not enemies to our country.
No, they're not. But I have my right to keep them at a distance.
As you say.
There may come a time where someone needs to make the sacrifice, Falk. When that moment happens, I'd rather make that decision with a clear head.
I've kept you long enough, Oracle.
She nods, turns on her and begins walking into the darkness, making nary a sound as she steps on the grass and the branches, the twigs and leaves, the underbrush. Disappear.
Spooks, man.
They're a bag of worms, ain't they?
Mm-hmm.
You return back. A bit successful in some respects and left out in others, I suppose.
Walk over. Just sit on the other side of Takari, like...
To be fair, I think at this point they're roaming around talking to people.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, there you go.
You sit down all by yourself and go.
Then Takari sits next to you, does the same thing, like, oh, socialize is hard.
God, this sucks.
But, meanwhile, what's happening over here? Huh?
Looking at the dahlia that's been in my hair. Oh god. That did something fucked up with my camera. Yeah.
Zoom!
Let's see. What did I write down? Where are my notes? The hell?
You say you wanted to talk to Tower earlier, so I assume that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of how she's gonna bring it up. You didn't ever send the spelling of that thing from earlier. I wrote it down as Umbra.
Yeah. Umbra.
Just U-M-B-E-R-A?
Yeah.
Oh, Umbra. No E.
Yeah. So, here's a real word, not a name. Then there's Pun Umbra, the game made by fictional games before Amnesia came out.
Really?
Yeah.
The only
And,
place I know Penumbra from is the podcast I've been listening to. Penumbra Pod. Unrelated, I assume. So, but hope.
I don't know. I listen to the podcast. I don't know.
I think it
These
is very
words have-
different.
These words have meanings behind them, implying states of darkness and overlap of sun and twilight and moon, etc.,
Wow.
etc. Anyways.
Etc.
Okay,
Yeah.
pal.
Kyle doesn't have that much energy to his voice. I think it's more like Victor from Blackwatch.
Speaking of Tal, taking a look at him, I don't know if I ever asked this, but how old does he look? I know he's got his visor and everything, but
Well, the thing is, you've gotten a better look at him than anyone because you've seen him actually
is
eat
true.
food. Like take off his visor and use a fork or spoon to eat food. So you've actually got a better look at him than most people.
If she had the chance, she would have brought him food when it was dinner time.
He would have declined it. Or rather, he would have vaporized it and put it into his feed system.
I assumed, but that she
Yeah.
still would have brought it.
Yeah. He's definitely been lost in thought ever since you guys had your fateful encounter. And now's no different. He sort of stood, or rather, I guess stood. He's like Dark Souls. Fuck, what's his name? Edna, the guy that jumps you in Elden Ring in the Round Table Hold, the Royal Remains guy. Ensha, thank you. Yeah, he's standing like Ensha at the edge of the campfire light, like his leg like cocked up against the tree that he's leaned against. He's just sort of. You guys are still near the road, like right next to it, so super clear still. But he's just sort of like leaning, looking ahead as you give him approach. He does not move a millimeter as you get closer.
Think about anything in particular?
Trying to remember old memories.
Any luck?
So,
Anything you want to share?
no. They're bad memories.
He nods twice, like, okay. Want me to leave you to it?
Shrugs. Like he has no input one way or the other.
Yeah.
Which is better than an outright no.
She finds a spot to like lean on or sit or whatever.
Yeah, sort of chill in silence for a while.
I imagine she takes out the, like I said, she takes out the dahlia from her hair and sorry for what Alec put, and she looks over it while she speaks up. Earlier you were talking about the what was it, the Ashen Call?
One of the names of it.
Made it sound like you were there.
Oh boy.
Oh! This game's all so fucking good!
He's actually rolling good today.
That was like a
God.
15, a 20, and a 19.
Hey, it's this Eulonian light, am I right? Am I right?
You're learning a lot, am I right?
In the name of God.
He closes his eyes, which I guess you wouldn't really be able to discern. He goes quiet for a few moments. But you just let it simmer. Like, you've hung out with Tal a lot, well, comparatively to most other people. So you can tell that he... How to say... He definitely thinks on something before he says more on it. And it's definitely more of a courtesy, kindness, his speed, whatever you want to determine it as, to just let him have the free space to think on it. To rush him would be probably to piss him off. It was. I think. It's blurry. I remember the debrief. A lot of us in that room. The heroes, as they call themselves, were in the middle. He grows quiet again. Comfortable
Would,
silence.
How much would people know about, for one, how much would people know about the actual happenings, I guess, of the call, for lack of a better term? And how much would Dahlia know?
Ooh, okay, that's a good question.
Because I take it she wouldn't know a lot.
So you would know that it would have happened. You as a member of the Drigal Peninsula might miss like the grander details of it, like the lineup, the list of like people that got sent over, etc. Like the criteria for like how it came about. So you wouldn't have that, but you would have been, and the reason you would know about it is because you are a denizen of the world, and the world was affected by it. So everyone generally has an understanding of what happened, no matter where they're at.
Makes sense.
Yeah, but aside from that, yeah, you might have picked up some. No, actually, roll me your lore. You have lore 3 rounds, right? Or am I
Let me
smoking?
see.
I think you did.
Let me see. No, Makar and Spheric. Which
Roger
makes
that.
sense.
Then roll me a history check at disadvantage.
No. Okay.
Then double nat 20s.
Ah, if only. At least it's not a
That's not one. It's pretty close to that and your permanent record. Yeah, aside from that, like, yeah, you generally don't know the grand scale of it, the details and everything. You knew the Umbra was a thing. You knew the pitch was every night. You knew it happened around 40 years ago before your lifetime. You knew that people contributed heroes. You don't know the list of heroes. Well, you probably know more about the list of heroes now that you've interacted with a few
met
of them.
2 of them.
Yep. But yeah, aside from that, some of the grander things are still a bit vague.
Okay. I'm not the most studied on the subject, but that happened 40 years ago, didn't it? Or more.
What was it? Don't worry, keep tabs.
That's what I've heard.
The more things change, the more it feels the same.
Is that so?
The Umbra is gone, but the pitch is still here. Less here, but still here. People don't travel. They're afraid of the dark. Things beyond the world crawl through. They don't stay as long, but they still crawl through. I'm sure some people see it as a victory, but that's because they don't know what the intent was. We've settled. Settled on a half win.
I don't know if I've asked yet. I don't think she has. But that's what she starts with. What's your earliest memory before it gets hazy? Before you have to try to remember things.
Me meeting Risa. Remember being on a ship, pulled out of the water. They had to use some fish net to catch me, to pull me in. I was half drowned. Cuts across my body, burn marks. They thought they found a murder victim. But then I woke up. They thought I was a ghost, a specter, some undeathly creature. Then Rita told them all to shut up. She walked up, crouched down next to me. I grabbed at her, still in a frenzy. She saw it coming, leaned out of the way, just beyond my reach. She chided me, hummed a tune, and I fell asleep. The exhaustion just caught up. So that's his earliest memory. Before he has to actively try to remember.
Yeah.
A calm quiet settles between you two once more. Suits his speed just fine, and it gives you plenty of room to ponder his circumstance, ready your next question, or settle on enough questioning. But that's your call.
I think she definitely settles for now. If I think of anything else, I mean, I'll let you know, but she's happy to sit there and contemplate what she was thinking before.
Yep. Oh, I never answered your initial question when you were walking over here, because we got a bit sidetracked. Roll me a medicine check.
That's right.
Because you were asking how old does Tal look?
Right.
And then we got sidetracked, and here we are.
Ah.
It's actually really good.
I love the dice.
Tal looks to be in his mid to late 20s. .29's really good. You don't think he's an ASMR, albeit you don't have many samples to compare against. But using Nimble as, I guess, your baseline, there is a certain weathering that they have. They don't age the same speed as everyone else, but the world so influences or impacts them for as long as they are in it. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's from all the fucking juice that he jams himself with. But yeah, Tao doesn't seem to have that same weathering. But also, in fairness, he did just say he came out with like scars, lacerations, burn marks. He doesn't seem like he has any of that. So it's hard to tell.
With his kit, how much of him do you actually see, other than like when he took off his vaporizer?
Not much. Sometimes you guys might see his neck. Obviously, his upper part of his face. I think upper part of his like face at times. Obviously, the back of his head and things like that. Mm-hmm. Aside from that, not much. He's in a bit of a closed system.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I might have seen him mid-combat. No, I don't think you guys would have. I don't think he was around for him. So, yeah. Yeah, I see a couple of times where he has his like gloves / gauntlets off at Riza's demand or insistence. Aside from that, yeah, not much. What's up, Tingo? What are you doing? You're blocking the screen.
Go.
Buddy. No, don't step on the keyboard.
I'm
Okay,
just
good.
chill. I'm just a chill guy.
He's a chill guy.
Just step on your keyboard.
Ow! You bit my hand.
Huh?
It wasn't a hard bite though, so I don't care. So, you are left to just sort of chill and vibe with
She'll have more questions for him
Your-
another time.
with your local psychopath.
Hell yeah.
Is there anything else anyone wanted to do in the evening? Here.
No, but I was wondering if I might hop off at the moment, if that is acceptable.
Would it stop you if I said no?
Probably not.
See? What's the point of you asking me then? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, though. We're wrapping up.
Yeah, that's what I figured, so I just quickly need to jump off a bit early. See you later then. Thank you for the games, it was fun.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Till next time.
Good night.
Night. So tomorrow, you guys can kick off onto the road. have another night of downtime. But next session, you guys will be at the tournament.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Would I still have this Loa of Fortune charm by the time we get there? We're off.
What was the wordation on it?
It was like a week. Plus
We haven't.
3 to a D20, and I didn't write down how long it was, did I? Shit.
Ooh.
Let me see if I wrote it in my older notes.
Wait, where'd you get it from? Because I have a Loa charm too. I haven't
Oh,
popped
It's
it.
from the same guy.
the
You guys had two different ones though.
Yeah.
One of you was like the pocket +5 distributed via +1s, and the other one was like a roll modifier, like an outright one, if I recall correctly. If it is a week, then yeah, it's probably gonna be up by the time you get to the tournament.
Damn it.
Because you guys spent 2/3 days in Glendoline, and you guys got your charms on the very first day you guys got there.
Oh, half the
You guys are
fucking
spending
notes back
2.
then. Okay.
Actually, hold on. You probably have 1 day on it left.
Damn it, I could have
That would
used
be
it to win the fight.
Shame.
You would be still if it was a week, then you would have probably one last day on it. So when you guys get to the tournament, it would be that day you got to use it, or it's gone. So
Sure. I will use it on something then.
I have a list of activities.
Yay!
They are, and not limited to, cookouts of a different category for barbecue meat, stew, bread, and dessert. A battle of the bands. A lumberjack contest, tea ceremonies, games of merry chant, so no gambling, skee ball, bowling, and horseshoe tosses, dramatic tellings and shows, poetry reading, axe throwing and darts, arm wrestling and tug of war, a log toss, and a hammer toss, like the Olympic one. So it's not an actual hammer; it's like the ball on the chain. It's called hammer toss. Don't know why it's called that. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where like you spin
Yeah, I think so.
the chain.
Ball and chain.
Yeah. There is a hand crossbow accuracy game to knock over wooden cups. It's doled cushion bolts. It's a hand crossbow. Because they don't have gun shows for the civilian side of things. There's an architectural, I'll call it, contest for sticks, twigs, and wood sap. Yeah. There's an
Maybe
equestrian
someone's
show.
to sit on it.
There's an equestrian show for most elegant, most talented, etc. There is a sweet roll eating contest. There is a painting. There are painting seminars on vistas, on beautiful vistas nearby. They're not. I guess they're technically classes, but they're also like if you already know what you're doing, then just have fun. Art shows and art auction for upcoming promising artists. There is a football soccer games. There's a flower garden, like pavilion. There are harlequins, which they're just around.
Clowns.
There are some saloons, some small saloons. Again, not encouraging indulgent drinking, but just have a nice little cap. And there's some riverboat rides, which at nighttime have lanterns set up for a romantic rendezvous. Also on site are obviously medical tents, because that's just every major gathering event. Patron shrines for all the different knights of the Clover Court. And armor and arm smithies set up around the place. So, some general blacksmithing set up on site. So yeah, there's a list of like 25 different activities set up. I did my research. Had fun with that. So next session you guys have a wide range of different things you guys are allowed to do. And for those, so there are some things where you can win. Right? You won't win a tea ceremony. But there are ones where you win, and if you guys win, you get an inspiration.
Oh, nice.
So, like, if you win, like, the hammer toss, the hammer throw, or the hand crossbow game, or skee ball, or whatever, you guys get an inspiration. Because, it's inspiring to win. I don't know. That's some of the rhetoric there.
I'm the champion of skee ball!
Yep. You guys have 2 days of I'll call it the preamble, and then the third day is when the actual tournament happens.
Man, I can't wait for this tournament to go off without a hitch.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Yep. And then next week, not only are you guys going to the tournament grounds, next week is Blood Bandit.
Yay! I forgot about that for a second.
Discord is not picking up my celebrating, but I'm shouting. Yahoo!
I might drop a list of the activities at the pitch, just to but you guys so you guys have like a general plan for yourselves, build up some hype, that sort of stuff. Do it later.
Hell yeah!
The hype is built.
Not too much trouble. Let it build more.
One mandate, I guess. Send your backstories by next week. Yada.
Yada.
I'm stopping myself because it's too easy.
Thank you. Thank you, Crash.
Yada.
I didn't do it. But it's funny.